Zoe, and welcome to the Dreamy Drape pattern tutorial. Dreamy Drape is a pattern by Rebecca Page of Mummykins and Me. Dreamy Drape pattern is available from Rebecca's website. Please see the link. The Dreamy Drape top is suitable for sizes children sizes newborn to 12, or in women's sizes extra small to 5XL. This is a great little batwing top. It can be made suitable for summer or winter wear with two different waistband options. So after you've downloaded your Dreamy Drape pattern and read it beginning to end, then you'll need to print off your pattern pieces. This pattern is a fantastic pattern with a layering option. So this means that you can select just the size or sizes that you need when you're printing. Then once you've printed it off and assembled, you'll be able to cut out the pattern pieces you need. And depending on which view you're choosing will depend on how many pieces you need. Here I'm doing the full version with the waistband and sleeves, but for example, if you were doing the summery version with no sleeves and just the diamond edge finish, you would only have 3 pieces. And please note that this is a pattern to be sewn with knit fabric only. It does require some stretch. So once you've got all your pieces cut out, you'll need to take your Dreamy Drape front piece and your Dreamy Drape back piece and just pin them together right sides facing, and we're just going to stitch along our shoulder seams and arm seams along here. Now, when you're sewing knit fabric, especially if you're sewing on a regular machine, if you have a walking foot, please go ahead and change that and change it out for your instead of your normal foot, as it'll just help prevent some drag that you can get with your regular foot. I'm just going to sew with my regular sewing machine foot, and I'll be careful just to make sure that my fabric isn't dragging while I'm sewing, so please be aware of that at all times, because knit fabric is very easily pulled and distorted when you're sewing it. So when you're looking at my machine, I have a small lightning bolt stitch that I like to use for my stretch stitching, but if you do not have a small lightning bolt stitch, just use one of your zigzag stitches. On my machine, my little lightning bolt stitch is number 4 here. And as you can see, it's a small zigzag lightning bolt shaped stitch, and it's just perfect for sewing with knit. But as I said, if you don't have one of these lightning bolt stitch options, just use a small zigzag. Now we've set our machine on the correct stitch, we're ready to go. So we're just about to sew those top shoulder seams. Now with the Dreamy Drape seam allowance, it's a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, or approximately 1 centimetre seam allowance. And now I'm just going to sew those top shoulder seams. And so the first shoulder seam has now been sewn, and we'll just repeat for the other side. Just another note about threads and needles on your machine. It's best to use a good quality polyester thread to prevent breakage, and also make sure your machine is fitted with a ballpoint or stretch needle. Otherwise we can get little skip stitches, so they're both helpful as well and highly recommended. So once you've sewn both your shoulder seams, you'll just need to trim your seam allowance to 1/4 of an inch, and I've just trimmed mine with my pinking shears, but that is not necessary. Another fabulous thing about knit fabric is that it isn't prone to fraying like woven fabric, so you don't in fact need to finish your edges on knits. You can choose to if you want a more professional finish, and this will already be done if you're using your serger or overlocker, but I'm just showing you on my regular machine because it's easy enough to do so. So we've stitched both sides, and then we'll just need to press that seam allowance towards the back of the top, and the back side is the side that has the higher neckline, so just press towards the back, and then we will now proceed with the neckband.